Welcome back to Benton Homestead. I hope my voice doesn't sound too bad. I've been a little sick this week. We have been trying to come up with a video for this week to encompass this busy season. And we do have a few longer timescale videos in the making, but we thought it might be kind of fun to show you what a really busy day looks like for us, working on all kinds of different things. So today I'm cleaning the guest house. We had a big group of cyclists last night, so I've got some laundry going. And Evan is here behind the house. I'm going to go help him here in just a minute, picking beans to take down to the Minoeki. Hi, Evie.
Beans.
Beans.
Now, my voice is a little funny from the hay fever, so you have to bear with me. But I am absolutely floored by the production on these fava beans. It's my first time growing them. I planted them after the tomatoes came out in the fall last year, so they had all winter to become big and bushy plants. And this is just 1/2 of a 20-foot row. These fava beans are doing a lot of great stuff for our garden. They're putting nitrogen back into the soil, and they're also covering up weeds, so we've hardly had to weed this bed at all. The major downside is that I wanted to have these out and the tomatoes in about a month ago, so they're a little late for what I'm planning to do here. But the lady at the farmer's market said they sold out right away, so I think we're going to keep working on these guys. I've eaten a few just off the bush here, and it seems like they're perfectly ripe and sweet when they start to get these little speckles on them.
Evan said yesterday that maybe we would use one of our tomato beds each year for these beans and alternate, but we're not sure yet. We're still figuring things out as we go.
And this is another bean that's going to be growing at the same time as our tomatoes. This is a scarlet runner bean. We tried long beans last year. My strategy is just all the beans all the time.
All right, I'm going to head back inside and keep working on the guest house. We'll check back in with Evan when he's done harvesting. This looks like an accident from a guest last week. Must have set a water bottle or something wet here, and it messed up the stain on my shoe cupboard. But no problem. It was definitely in worse wear when we originally restored it, so we can just put some stain on top. It is going to take some sanding to get that back to how it looked before the accident, but since we have some guests checking in today, that's better than nothing. Today is pretty overcast outside, and this is only about half the laundry done, so I'm not going to be hanging these out to dry. We are going to take a trip down to the laundromat to use the dryers. I would say most of our neighbors hang their clothes and their bedding out to dry, so we do that as well.
There you have it. That's all my beans. Now, like I said, you pretty much just get a single crop from this plant. I'm not sure if that's typical for fava beans, but since I've never grown them before. But I planted them in, I think, November, harvested them in May, and this is no fertilizer, no water, hardly any weeding, so it ticks a lot of boxes for us here on Benton Homestead, and I think we're going to try and work these into our rotation going forward.
You might notice that these are in plastic bags now, and we were trying very hard our first year of market gardening to not use plastic bags. But the farmer's market location that we're delivering these ones to did request that we start using plastic bags because the customers were requesting them. Now, we're not sure if it's for every vegetable that they would be requesting the plastic bags, or if perhaps we were putting too many tomatoes into our takoyaki boats. But we are also, with this process, learning as we go. And of course our end goal is to use no plastic, but it's a learning process to get to that point. We're going to refill our plant display while we're down there too. Well, that was a really long guest house clean today. It's already 3 p.m. and tonight's guests are going to be here sometime after 4. So I'm just going to spend the next hour weeding around the house, and we'll see how far I get. Until we get the barbecue patio here built on the side of Benton Guesthouse, I'm trying to embrace that Japanese countryside cottagecore aesthetic. I do love that this clover is getting established in the side yard here, and these white blooms are the soba coming back. These are both 2 ground covers that we really, really like. Let's start with the little triangle. Well, that was just about 10 minutes of work there. Moving right along, the next section is our new planter box. And that was pretty fast. Just another quick job hand weeding. It's easy because it's just pulling anything that's not bamboo. Moving on to the parking triangle, this one is going to be more work because it's pull everything that is bamboo. What I'm doing right here is basically just hacking through the dirt where there is a bamboo shoot and then digging up the root ball. Alright, well, that looks a lot better. I'd be lying if I said that part was easy. I'm definitely sweating and out of breath at this point. And I had my first opportunity when a neighbor walked by to say the favorite Japanese summertime greeting, which is Atsui desu ne, which means it's hot, isn't it? And just in time, as I'm getting tuckered out, Evie shows up. He's going to start weeding the big triangle. It's been a long time since we've weeded this, but the chop and drop does seem to work pretty good here. And then go get cleaned up to greet the guests and check them in. Oh, I love it. I love it. I love that dark blue with the other blues. Sumi, what do you think? Welcome to my messy office. Here's a little behind the scenes magic. We're going to spend a little bit of time today working for our real estate and consulting and translation clients. I've got about an hour's worth of work to do for these clients, mostly just emailing, answering some questions, and updating them about the next step of the process. And this is the part of my office that you don't usually see. I've got my two assistants here. And this is probably going to be the way that we spend the rest of the afternoon into the evening. So we'll catch back up with you tomorrow. Well, just like most days the last few months, here we have another day cleaning the guest house. Get this, tonight is the last night of exactly 7 weeks, 49 days of our busiest guest house hosting ever. After the guests check in tonight and then check out tomorrow morning, we will have hosted 122 guests in 49 days. Now, having a booking calendar that jam-packed is not going to stay consistent throughout the year, but it was a great little whirlwind 7 weeks, and we enjoyed meeting so many new people. Because it's an easy clean today, that'll give me some time to do a little bit of extra organizing. I've already turned the kitchen kotatsu heating table back into a regular summertime kitchen table. I've already put away the kitchen radiator heater and replaced it with this cooler, but I still have the winter Hanten house jackets out, and I haven't packed away our living room kotatsu heater table. I can tell that last night's guests, who happen to be Japanese, enjoyed the table because the blanket has been moved and the cord has been stretched over here to the outlet. So even though it's late May, rainy season is about to begin, we've gone all the way through spring and almost into summer, people are still using the winter kotatsu heating table. I would just leave it up year-round, but we need to make sure that the tatami can breathe. As of today, the humidity isn't really a concern yet, but I do want to get it taken up before it becomes a potential problem. I just love it so much, and I know that our guests love it too, so it's a hard decision to make. Just finished mopping the guest house, waiting on the towels to dry, so let's move outside for some more yard work.
I just got back from picking sakura cherries. This batch is actually going to go into some liqueur, so it all came from the same tree. They look better than they taste. A lady drove by and saw me picking cherries, so she gave me this mushroom. I saw our local bakery was selling bread with fava beans in it, so of course I had to buy some.
Well, it is once again too overcast for the towels to dry real nice and fluffy on the line. So Evan's coming back. He's going to pick me up. We'll head back to the laundromat. All right, we're back at the guest house. Last thing we have to do before our guests get here is just go put the towels away. And while we were at the laundromat, we stopped by the Minoeki, and one of the very friendly staff there gave us this newspaper example for a possible veggie container. So they know that we've been looking for non-plastic solutions for selling our vegetables there, but that we also are, you know, happy to follow whatever compliance that we need to in order to be a vendor there. This is a great possible solution, and this would definitely be even more affordable than the takoyaki boats, as well as this is great because then you're repurposing the newspaper instead of purchasing something new. So I actually love this idea, and we're going to see how we can use this in the future. We're starting to get sprinkled out here in the side yard, but this is how far we got. Maybe another half day's worth of work, and then we'll be done with this area for another month. Let's go see what else we can do since it's starting to rain. Well, we're going to end the day working here in the honeybee workshop. Evie, tell us what you're up to.
Just putting the finishing touches on these hive boxes.
One thing we haven't mentioned yet is that we're currently in the middle of the citrus blossom honey flow, which means that our bees are very busy bringing in lots and lots and lots of citrus honey. Evan's last bee report said that we have many colonies already ready for their third hive box, which is huge. So Evan's been building these additional honey supers. I've been painting them, and just as fast as we can get them done, he's been deploying them into the field along with our new frames. Well, this video has been a little different than our usual, where we try to focus on one topic. But since we've been so busy, we just brought you along on 2 days of all the random things that we do every day. This has been our life for the last 2 months.
Here is the sakura liqueur with the traditional rock sugar, and it's already picking up some of that color.
We've got lots of exciting projects coming up, and we already have a few long-form videos that are in the process of being filmed. Now that the guest house is going to slow down for a little bit, I'm going to shift my focus to trying to create some more of my data and statistic-based videos, so keep an eye out for those. We will see you in the next video or in the next live stream next week.